Hi guys, welcome to Facebook Live. I'm your host, Rose.
And I'm your host, Lauren.
And today we have a very special guest, but before we jump in, we're going to be covering how to celebrate graduation at home as a Penn Foster graduate. We've got lots of really fun things to cover today. Our backstage buddy Des is going to be dropping some great blogs into the comments, so keep an eye out for those. But before we get started, Lauren, do you want to go over a couple do's and don'ts?
Sure. So definitely do comment. Today is all about celebrating your graduation and your achievements. So we would love it if you can give yourself a little shout out in the comments today. We'll get to this a little bit later, but if you want to really highlight your graduation accomplishment, post it on social media. Do it now while you're with us, and use the hashtag PFGrad2021. Des will drop that in the comments for you to see. And yeah, share this if you have any Penn Foster friends or any friends who are graduating and have to do it a little bit differently this year. We'll give some great tips on graduating from home. But don't mention any personal information in the comments because, of course, they're public. So if you have a question, if you're a current student, you can call Student Services at 1-888-427-1000. If you are not a Penn Foster student, but you are so motivated by this graduation discussion that you want to be a graduate yourself, in due time, call our admissions team at 1-888-427-6500, and we'll talk you through your goals and what you can do about them. So we'll get into our first fun thing, which is introducing Nikki more formally. She is a professional at motivating students and encouraging them to succeed, and she loves celebrating, and we always ask her to talk about celebrating graduation with us each year because she just makes you feel good, and she's literally a professional at this. So welcome, Nikki. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do at Penn Foster and about yourself?
Of course. Hey, everybody. My name is Nikki, like Lauren just said. I am a success coach, well, a senior success coach here at the school. I work at motivating students, setting goals, making plans, figuring how to get you to graduation. So that's definitely my number one thing, is to make sure that you know that you can graduate and get you to the finish line. So I try to answer questions. I try to help with whatever I physically can to try to get you to that finish line. I've been with Penn Foster for 5 years now. I originally started in the financial team, so I kind of have a little bit more of a background in the financials. So if you come across me and you have any of those kind of questions, I can 100% cover that, because that's my my foundation. So, but I am married to my wonderful husband, Ian, for, again, 5 years. So
wow, 5 years ago was a big year.
5 years ago was a big year. I have 2 cats, Ari and Ruby, and they are my girls. I absolutely love working for Penn Foster. I love doing Facebook Lives with these ladies, and I welcome anyone to ask for help or whatever you need.
Yeah, you guys might recognize Nikki from a few other Penn Foster Facebook Lives. In previous years, you've always come on and helped us really get amped up for graduation day, when we used to all be together in one big room, and it was the best. And I'm actually wearing an old graduation shirt today.
Oh, I have to get into the
spirit. Because it really was, the three of us would all be at graduation, and we would see all the students and all the graduates and all the families and cry and, meet people in person that maybe Nikki had only ever met over the phone, or maybe we had only met over things like Facebook Live and social media. So it was just the best. But it's not something that still can't be celebrated very well at home and be shared across your entire network at home safely, as we wait for things to kind of open up again, and they are. And that also makes it really a great time to plan a little something at home. So I think we should first talk about why celebrating yourself is important, because I think a lot of people overlook this step when they think about going to school and they think about graduating. And it's one of those things like, well, I just want to get the task done, but I don't really need to like celebrate myself along the way. But I think it truly is so important. So, Nikki, what are some pieces of advice or some ideas you have as far as like what it means to celebrate yourself?
Well, I think that when it comes to being a student, sometimes people like around you don't realize how much you give up to be a student. And you have to celebrate the fact that you were able to make time to better yourself. This is a big step. And I mean, you took it seriously. And now we need to seriously party because because honestly, you've worked so hard. You deserve to be celebrated, and I'm sure your support system around you will have no problem doing that with you. And like Rose said, although we can't have graduations right now, it's important to still take time and say, "Hey, I did it." Just like you could even like sit at the dinner table, make yourself a giant steak and say, "This is for me." And it's important to just, take a second and just say, "Look what I did." Because
right.
I mean, everybody here at Penn Foster knows what it takes to be a graduate. A lot of us are in classes ourselves, and we have to celebrate ourselves too. And I mean, graduation at like the arena and stuff like that is fantastic, and hopefully we'll be back to that soon, but doesn't mean you can't get together with your friends and family and just throw a big party. Well, that'll be allowed, like it's safely, but it's important to just give yourself the ability to just kind of relax if you think about it, because I imagine while you're working at your actual job, while you're working as a parent, if you're working as a I'm trying to think of other things, but everybody has so much stuff going on in their life. And the fact that you made a little bit of time, I usually tell students, break it up into 30-minute segments. Those 30-minute segments add up. They add up to a degree. They add up to time that you could have been doing something else. But right. You made the decision to better yourself. Celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different reasons why you should be proud of yourself. All the sacrifices you made just to be a better person, to, whether it's to, make your family proud, you're also making yourself proud, to enhance your career path, to complete a goal that you never thought you would accomplish. You have to stop and celebrate those things, because I think one of the major reasons why life is a journey, and we're never going to stop learning, and we're always going to have things to celebrate. And if you don't stop and celebrate, it's going to go by fast. And honestly, you might not be motivated to get to the next milestone in your life if you don't just, take a second to smell the roses and just enjoy what you've accomplished, looking back, see what you've done, knowing some days were really hard and that you did it anyway. And I think it really is a very just important life motivator in all sorts of different ways to look at any accomplishment and celebrate it. And you can do that through your program, but definitely when you graduate, make some time for yourself. If you got to plan yourself a dinner out with family or whatever it is, make sure that you're celebrating and you're commemorating that day in some way for yourself.
Let people spoil you. I imagine everybody in your family is probably so proud of you. Like, this is a big deal. It does not come from like small decisions. Like, you made a big decision and you completed something huge. I work with a lot of the trades programs right now, and we talk about the future. We talk about getting certified, starting your own business. Like, this is huge. Like, don't sell yourself short. You really did a lot to get here,
And for those people that you might celebrate with, a lot of those may be the same people who have helped you on your educational journey. So they want to probably celebrate their role in seeing you succeed too. So it's nice to be able to spend that time with the people who helped you through it and really all get to enjoy that success together.
Yeah, so I think enjoying a success together, or getting everybody under one roof, or, maybe not, maybe getting everyone under one laptop is important, just so everyone can celebrate together. And sometimes some networks are smaller than others, and that is you know, as long as you're celebrating and you're taking that time, it might just be you and one other person. It might be you and 50 people. Everybody's different. Every network's different. Everybody's comfort level is different. But celebration, there's plenty of ways that you can celebrate at home. And that's what I'd love to talk to you a little bit about next, guys, as far as ways that we can celebrate at home and how to do it, how to make it fun. So, Lauren, do you have any, like, a couple of tips on making it fun to celebrate at home?
Well, I want to pass that to Nikki because she's our expert.
That is true. Nikki is our expert.
Although I will give one, which is I'm starting to see on Penn Foster's social media channels, a lot of you guys are still decorating grad caps.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
And that's something we've done on these Facebook Lives before, which has been so much fun. So my one tip is decorate your graduation cap still and post about it and share it because they're beautiful and people, you guys get really creative. So everyone loves to see those and you deserve to feel sparkly and unique and celebrated.
And we love to reshare them too. So when you share them, it gives us, not only does it boost us up and boost up every other grad and student that's looking to become a graduate, also we like to share it and get that out there because it's so fun.
Yeah. It's just so fun. You guys post one the other day and I was like, oh God, I mean, I miss graduation as much as the students do, but honestly, celebrating yourself, like Lauren was saying, the grad caps are just, I think they're above and beyond fun. And honestly, nothing can stop you from getting your own cap and gown. Go to a park or something, have people take pictures of you, do like the whole thing, get graduation pictures, get a class ring. Like there's so many things that we work with, I think it's Jolston. And you can just go to their website. They have like diploma holders, and there's some diploma holders that you can actually put your cap in it, so you can save that, put it up on your wall, display it, go do something. Like the cap and gown, take pictures. I 100% think that you should share social media, share with your family. My sister just had a baby and she sent out welcome to the world things for like little postcards for her family. Why not do that for your graduation? Go to like Shutterfly. Yeah, go to Shutterfly, put one of those beautiful pictures of you in your cap and gown, put it on there and just say, let's celebrate, you know? Just
like have a little photo shoot. Yeah, that's I love that. That's such a fun idea. And you can share that digitally too.
Exactly.
That's such a great idea. I love that. Also, there is a Facebook Live from years past of me, Lauren, and Nikki decorating grad caps.
Yeah.
They're very fun. They're very goofy. There's a little bit of inspiration if you want to go check those out. But there's plenty of resources online for grad cap decorating ideas. We have plenty of photos all through social. If you scroll back, especially on our Instagram, people like to put their favorite quotes on there, something that inspired them along the way. Glitter, glitter, glitter. We all love it. I love it. Yes. But the other great thing about decorating a grad cap and, you know, taking pictures of it, sharing it online, it doesn't just last for that moment. It becomes then a memento forever. So you always have that grad cap as a memory. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's so fun to decorate them. Yeah, and definitely to wear at your at-home celebration.
Yeah.
Speaking of at-home celebration, another thing that I've been seeing people do this year is putting up lawn signs with the household graduate with a nice picture and like class of 2021. And I think those are cute when, you know, I'm driving through the neighborhood to see all of the graduates, and I'm sure that they feel special and honored in their communities. So you guys can do something like that too, and let everybody in your town know you did something major.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, as far as hosting your own ceremony, you know, we had talked about a little bit about having a small group of friends over, having a smaller party that maybe is a little bit safer, something a little intimate. Maybe expanding it if you feel like you're all vaccinated up and everybody's in a good place and you got a nice outdoor space or whatever makes you comfortable. You could really go all out. We're definitely going to say, why not? Just make sure to share it with us because we love to see it. There's a million other ways you could celebrate at home, though. Nikki, what's another great way to celebrate at home?
A couple, like the celebration, having friends over. A few years we've Wow. Just going out with friends, I think that's a really good idea. I like the lawn ideas. And
I loved your idea about going to the park.
yeah, I was thinking, like you were saying, outdoors, use masks, or, if you're feeling comfortable and you're outside and stuff like that, take your family out on, maybe even plan a vacation if you think about it. Like just say,
Ooh, yes.
be like, I earned this, and just kind of be like have a celebration trip.
Yeah, you could kind of combine graduation. It's really graduation season is hitting at the same time that things are opening up. Yeah. So you're right. You could really combine a couple of these ideas like an opening up graduation party, maybe you take a trip, maybe you do things you haven't been able to do for an entire year and combine that with a celebration. So it's actually a great time to graduate. Yeah. And a great time to celebrate.
And I mean, there's places close to everybody, like the park idea and stuff like that. Just, go somewhere where you're comfortable, do something fun. There's picnic tables all over the place. Set up a cake, like get a cake with your face on it. Like,
yeah.
I saw one of those the other day. I was like, that's a cake with someone's face on it. Yeah. Like, I want a cake with my face on it.
But I love the treat yourself idea too that you were talking about earlier of just like getting a nice meal and just having a quiet moment of reflection and celebration and taking in the good feelings of a job well done and a big accomplishment checked off.
Yeah. And, it's also one of those things, if you're not yet comfortable going out into the world and you still want to celebrate, you can have a Zoom party. You could set up some kind of a Skype chat, invite some friends. You could still decorate your house. You could still decorate your backgrounds on Skype. And of course, you could take photos, but you can also take screenshots of the whole group and you could share that too. Sure. There's just so many different ways that you can celebrate. I think it really is about putting time aside to do it. Make plans, put it on the calendar, make sure you celebrate yourself. It's so important.
Yeah.
Yes, and we at Penn Foster do have some special ways that we still want to celebrate all of our graduates this year. We are really bummed out that we couldn't have an in-person graduation this year due to the pandemic and it just not being very safe for us to do. And we know you're all upset too, but we definitely want to celebrate you guys and make you feel special and recognized and highlight everything that you've done. So I'm going to talk about one thing and then Rose will talk about another too. But for social media, I mentioned before, we have a hashtag. It's hashtag PFGrad2021. And we are really trying to reshare as many graduation photos as we possibly can on our social media channels. And we have some pretty large audiences that love to see your accomplishments. And I know everyone loves to congratulate each other and, give you a nice, friendly pat on the back for doing something this major. So definitely share those with us and with your Penn Foster peers. Rose, what else do we have going on?
So, in lieu of a graduation ceremony, we decided to have a yearbook. And the first ever yearbook was last year, and we have another yearbook happening this year. If you were a graduate from the past year, you should have an email. You should have several emails, actually, in your inbox. And from there, you can follow that link to fill out a form to be in our yearbook, where you can really show off and have, I can't talk, I'm too excited. Commemorate your big accomplishments, more formally in our 2020 to 2021 yearbook. So don't miss that. Go check your inbox, see if it's in there if you haven't done it and you're a graduate. It's a really cool thing to be a part of. You'll see yourself on page after page of other graduates. You get to see your entire network. You get to see other graduates in your program, graduates in other programs, special messages from all of us. There's a lot of goodies in there. So don't miss it. Go check your inbox if you're a graduate and see if it's in there, if you're a graduate from 2020 to 2021. Also, if you open that email and you fill out the form, you could have been selected to apply for Graduate of the Year, which is a huge honor. It's a major resume booster. That's something that could follow you through life, that you are a national graduate. It has all sorts of wonderful perks, like your own page in the yearbook, and it's absolutely worth the time for you to come and tell us your story. There's no story that's, it doesn't have to be this grandiose story. You didn't have to, I don't know, walk barefoot to get to your laptop every morning through, 4 mountain ranges. We're not looking for that. We're just looking to hear your genuine story. And it could win you some pretty cool things, and especially the recognition for what you've done. And there's really no story too small, and there definitely is no story too big. So please share your story with us. It would be an honor, and we would love to read all about your accomplishments from our Graduate of the Year form. So please go check your email, grads, 2020 to 2021, and see if you got your yearbook email, and then follow it and lead yourself to Graduate of the Year. And keep an eye on your inbox. There's more coming as well.
And the submission deadline for the yearbook and Graduate of the Year is the end of July. So you do have a little time to submit, but definitely don't wait. Make sure you get your submission in as soon as possible so that you don't forget and miss out on this opportunity. But aside
Graduate of the Year is actually June 25th is the deadline to apply. That one's a little bit sooner than the entire yearbook. Because it takes a little bit of time for us to go through it and have it prepared for the yearbook and just select the winners. And it's kind of a big deal. So it just takes a little bit of time. If really get in there and do it today. If you're interested in being in the yearbook, you're interested in being graduate of the year, and you have graduated in the past year, check your inbox, do it today. Don't forget. You don't want to forget this and then be like, oh no, I didn't get to be a part of this super cool thing. So go. We're going to keep nagging your inboxes as much as we can.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One really quick thing. Speaking of sharing your story, we do also have an Alumni Spotlight series. We do a podcast and we do Alumni Spotlight blogs where we will feature graduates and your stories. So if you're interested in sharing a little bit and talking to us about that, please submit. We'll drop a link in the comments for that as well.
Yeah, and sometimes you may be featured on our website. You might be a little bit Penn Foster famous, a little, PF Instagram famous. You never know.
I've had a couple students that were up for Graduate of the Year, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of them. And I've heard some great stories over the years, and I try to encourage every student that has a good story, which almost all of them do. I try to encourage them to go for Graduate of the Year, because it's like we said before, celebrate because you've done so much, and everybody's story is different, but it doesn't mean it's any less important than somebody else's. Tell us about it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And there is, with the Graduate of the Year, we select 5 finalists. So you may not win Graduate of the Year, but you could still put finalist on a resume. That's definitely still a boost. And also, if we feature you, you can always add that to your career path as well. Like, it's still an accomplishment. If we reach out to you about a podcast, if we reach out to you about using a quote on our website, these are things that, you're being featured. So you can use that on any of your career path materials going forward. Just like, hey, this is a cool, fun fact about me. I did this cool podcast.
Well, to end on a note of great celebration, Nikki, I'll ask you if you have any words of encouragement or advice or celebration for our new 2021 graduates.
I have to tell you all, congratulations. You have done something that a lot of people only think about doing. You actually put the work in, and you deserve every good thing that's coming in your life. You deserve everything. And I know a lot of students that are study buddies with their kids. Just think of how proud your kids are of you. You're a good example. You're a good example to your sister, your brother, your parents, your children, your aunts, your uncles. Everyone can look at you and say, hey, maybe I can do it too. You're inspiring others, and that is worth more things than I could ever think of. Like, just think about how much you mean to the people around you and how much you mean to yourself, you know? Do it for you.
It's beautiful advice, and it's like something so huge to be proud of. It really, really is. Like you said, a lot of people think about doing good things for themselves and they never do it.
Yeah.
But you thought about it, you did it, you accomplished it. Such a big deal. So much to be proud of, and we're so proud of you too.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. We're proud of you. We want to celebrate you. Give yourself a round of applause for everything that you've done, and make sure that you're celebrating and sharing with us and with your friends and family. We'll talk soon.
All right, till next time.
Bye.
Bye.